about the affordability of welding and kind of get this out there for some people. Because I guess the biggest concern that a lot of people have, at least it's come to my attention, so on, in order to start welding. And I've been trying to push out there that you don't need to spend a ton of money to get started. The biggest problem that people have is that they ask maybe welder friends of theirs, or maybe somebody who has talked about it before, and they'll say, oh, you need to get the new Lincoln whatever, or the new Miller or Aesop, or even Everlast Eastwoods, and things like that. And I'm trying to say that you don't need to spend a lot. I just got done doing the top of my table, and it's 12 gauge steel. I decided to grab that little Amazon cinder welder that I got a while back to test, and I said, well, this would be a good test for it. So let's put this 12 gauge sheet on top, and then we'll stitch weld it together and see how long it takes before this thing overheats. Because I really did think that this thing was just going to overheat and die. And to my surprise, it didn't. Matter of fact, I knew the LCD display kind of lied to you about the amperage. And because when I tried it before, I was trying to run 332 7018, which will take about a minimum of like 80 amps to run it. And I put the thing on 80 amps and it wouldn't run. I had to turn it all the way up to 120 amps, which shouldn't be possible on a 110 outlet, and it did it. Kind of cold, but it still did it. So that led me to believe that, either there's a lot of resistance in this machine, or it's lying to you. I tend to think it's lying to you. I don't think it's actually 120. But that being said, I grabbed some 5/64ths 6013 and kept it at 80 amps on the display and started running it on the sheet, and it was running hot. A substantial bit hotter than I wanted to run. So I had to turn it way down. I turned it down to 50. That wasn't quite enough, so I turned it up to 55, and it ran perfect. And 55 amps is about what that machine, or is about what that rod would run in a situation like that. So come to think of it, I don't think the machine's quite lying to you. I think once it gets past 80, I don't think it makes a difference. I don't think it's any more efficient. So I think once you hit past 80 amps, it's just maxed out. It's done. That's all you got. So, but my point is with this whole thing is that it's a $40 welder. Now think about that for a second. Talk to your friends and ask them what the cheapest welder is to buy, and they'll say, oh, go to Harbor Freight, but their pieces are junk. Well, a basic welder, all it is just a transformer. Well, anymore, it's a transformer with an inverter attached to it. It's really small. But you get my point. They're very simple machines. They're very basic. So it doesn't take a lot of money to make one. Yeah, they're not going to have any really cool nips and tricks and thrills and all that stuff. It's going to be a machine with a display that says how many amperage you want, and you just go. You can't dial in the arc exactly how you want it. The arc may not act as perfectly as you would care for it to, but I think I proved earlier this morning that it works a lot better than I thought. I can tell you that much. So if you're looking to get into welding, you don't need thousands of dollars. It'd be nice, but you don't need it. Say $40 for a welder. Whether you get one used off a marketplace, which may be the best deal, or you buy a new one off Amazon that is just cheap and ready to get started to try it and see if you like it. Grab a $40 welder from Amazon, grab some welding rods from Home Depot, 5/64, so 332, 6013, and there's your starting kit. In all honesty, if I was starting to weld, I think I would start with 6011 versus 6013, but to each their own. But that's your starting kit. And there have been a lot of people that have told me it's been too expensive. Because what I do is I have through YouTube, membership program, $7 a month to teach you how to weld. I have a lot of people that comment and say they want to learn how to weld. They don't have the money. And I'm listening to some of these people talk, well, reading some of these people comment. And it's not that they don't have the money, because they're spending money on car parts and whatever next vacation they're taking. It's that they're just not, maybe they're just not interested. Or maybe they don't know that they can spend $120 and get everything you need to start. $40 welder, $25 for a 5-pound can of rods, and then a $50 helmet. Don't be a brand snob. Just get the stuff to get started. If you want to get started to learn, it's the easiest way to do it. And I will always advocate for stick welding to get started, because stick welding is one of the hardest processes to learn initially. But once you get it, it's not too bad. So, suggestion. I just wanted to get that out there. Yeah. Form bad habits you don't even know. But if you're doing it at work, I would be fairly confident they at least are getting you to weld the way they want you to do it. Motor understand, so that's pretty good. Yeah. You just, and I'm trying to talk to the people that, I do this welding lesson program, and a lot of started. I'm like, well, you don't need to spend thousands of dollars to get equipment. I just did a project in my garage, and I finished it up with a $40 welding machine and a $10 1-pound can of 6013. Did beautifully, all things considered. I mean, it's a $40 welder. There's not much to expect, but it worked. That's the point. Yeah, I have it's a Cinder something or other that I got for $40 to try it, and it's nothing great, but for $40, the fact that it even welds is worth it. It actually welds relatively well. You just kind of gotta play with it a little bit. All right, I just wanted to get that out there. Um, I gotta drive to work now, but thanks for watching, everybody. Actually, I had a couple people tune in, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. I got some more projects coming up. The garage is going to kind of change a little bit with the tools and the new bench and everything like that. So I'm going to do some more DIY small welding projects. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you soon.